Did I tell you guys about a guest for next week?
No.
You did not?
Oh, he's a pretty nice guy. He's been in a couple of projects recently. I don't know if you have seen it, but I don't. Well, you can't really see him actually.
Oh God, here we go. What? Who is it?
Oh no.
Well, it's this guy. Welcome to Still Scrolling, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna be honest, I did not know we were recording, and I was in my head I was thinking,
Yeah.
dude, I hope dude is recording.
I didn't realize it. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was like, why didn't you wait till we were recording to do this?
Oh gosh. Welcome to Still Scrolling. I am one of your hosts, Justin.
I am another one of your hosts, Derek.
And I guess that would make me the third host. Host number 3, Stefania.
Oh my gosh.
I held up 2
I
fingers
have,
when I said that, by the way. My brain is, you didn't see it, but I held up 2 fingers.
We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post.
You
post.
can't see it though, it was just a me thing.
What is it? Phonetic satiation. It's like when you hear a word too much and it like just becomes a weird word to you.
Mushmouth?
Yes.
That's happening to me right now with host.
What's wrong with host?
I don't know. We've just said it so many times right now that
Host. That's the whole thing.
When it like doesn't sound like a real world. I was to say real world. Real.
Do we
did.
all have
Real word
mushmouth
anymore?
today? Guys.
We're doing great.
We have to focus up. We have to focus because we have so much to talk about. Massive news has just came in. I don't know how big you want to talk, but earlier this weekend, if you have been following us on our illustrious Instagram page, me and Steph and Derek always talk throughout the week about what we're seeing, but we had an iconic screenshot about talking about ass cheeks and how Stefania is scared of them. We had we had our guest, or not our guest, but our audience guess who we were talking about when it comes to whose ass cheeks Stefania was specifically afraid of. Derek, did we get any responses?
I'm gonna be real honest with you. The story deleted, and I don't know
No!
how to check the responses after it gets deleted. So
How did it? Wait a minute. Oh, I know how you could check. You could go in the archive.
1 minute.
Could we have to know who people thought Stefania was talking about? It was pretty funny because this is a very interesting story because I learned a lot about this person during Comic-Con that I hadn't realized before, and it was a whole thing. So I'm really excited to talk about this story. Oh, by the way, if you're not following us on the socials, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, and all that stuff, you should, because you are missing out on premium content. That's the clips from the show, and you get to interact with us specifically like this. So Derek, have I vamped
people
long
answered-
enough for you to find
You-
who do you
did.
think?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Go.
So it shows me that people replied, but it also says after 48 hours, it doesn't show like details, specific details. So
We are not prepared.
Nope. You are not
Damn.
prepared.
We are
Damn.
not prepared.
Should have checked when it was
well-
up. Yeah.
Who do the viewers right now think we're talking about? Put it in the comments. Who do you think before Justin reveals it?
Oh yeah, Spotify does have.
Whose ass
Comments
cheeks do you think Stefania is deathly afraid of? Drop it in the comments.
I'm not. That's okay. I'd like to.
Okay, explain yourself, Stefania. Explain yourself.
Okay. So I followed this person because I liked their work. I've never like seen their page, whatever, but I liked their work and I wanted to follow them on Instagram. And then one day I open up my Instagram and I scroll and boom, I see half I
Boom.
see like nearly naked photos being posted, and I was like, oh my god. And I just scrolled very fast. There were times where I would be at family events. I'd open up Instagram and it'd be like the first thing I see is like ass cheeks or something. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't, because like I'm in public. And there was one that kind of like did it for me, and it was just like I just saw bare ass, like naked but bare ass, and I was like, I can't see this on my feed anymore. So I had to unfollow.
Understandable. If you haven't guessed who it is by now, it is none other than X-Men 97 writer Beau DeMayo. You are the culprit.
Let me make it clear that I absolutely love X-Men 97.
Do you?
You're gonna say ass cheeks.
And that's why I followed him. But then the post started to scare me, and I had to unfollow.
You're scared. You don't know what's coming out of there. You don't know.
Because every time I open up Instagram, I don't want to be like scared that I'm gonna see like someone naked on my page when I'm around people. Because like in public, I'm like, oh my god, scroll. You know.
Very true. Okay. Here's the thing. I mean, it's very funny that we're talking about his ass cheeks right now because, in my opinion, Beau DeMayo is showing his ass around Hollywood because he recently came out to say that he addressed the final straws with Kevin Feige and the current state of the MCU. And, Beau, let me read you his tweets verbatim, right? Okay. He says, ugh, a follower asked me if I had faith in Marvel Studios' Mutant Saga, and I clicked away and lost the message, so hopefully they see this. Did anyone actually comment that, Beau? But anyway. But also, I get asked a lot, so I wanted to make a larger post that may piss some of you off. I'm sorry in advance. First, the X-Men are so much bigger than any one creative, myself included. Would I have loved to write, direct, and steer the live-action films? Of course. But I have great faith that there are amazing artists out there who have amazing visions who love to tell stories with the X-Men. Now, do I have faith in MCU's Mutant Saga? Short answer, not yet, no. And let me walk you through why, so you don't think that I'm just a hater. X-Men requires planning, deep planning to pull them off and make them resonate. You also have to be very mindful of how you're laying out their story and the way in which audience will experience the stories. You also need to suppress your ego to make it your own and focus on meeting the mutants on their own terms, which means deeply respecting their canon and emotional investment that fans have in that canon. With all that in mind, this is the start of the Mutant Saga. Before I go any further, I feel like he's being an asshole. Nobody asked him this.
Correct.
Nobody asked him this. Like, Stefania, what do you think about Beau DeMayo showing ass?
When I saw that, I was like, oh, we're still on about this? Like, I thought this was just like old stuff. Like everyone got over it and we moved on kind of thing. So the fact that he's kind of like still stuck in that is kind of weird and kind of annoying. But yeah, it just, because the stuff that came out about him and like people coming forward and stuff, I started to get iffy. Everyone started to get iffy and was like, I don't know. We don't really know any of these people, to be honest. But yeah, I just thought this was like an old thing that we kind of just, moved on from. Like it was over, but I guess it's not over for him.
It's rough. Derek, before I continue on his rant, what do you think?
I think just in what you've read already, enough has been said. Like that's written 1000% like a manipulative, egotistical, kind of full of themselves type of person. This man has maybe 2 significant writing credits to his name. And I say this as a person that I have 0 writing credits. I don't know shit, right? But he's here giving like a breakdown in terms of like what it takes to make a good movie, a good superhero movie, and he's comparing that to the MCU, which for better or for worse has connected with audiences, has done a good job in building a fucking cinematic universe, right? So it's just kind of like who are you talking to? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, definitely nobody asked you this question. You just felt prompted to kind of get back into the limelight here. And I feel like he's a little bit full of himself, you know?
Jeez. Okay. I think this one tweet will encompass everything that's kind of like not wrong, but like I guess his main issues with the whole thing. I'm going to share it with you guys right now. Yep. I was told this on a phone call after episode 5 premiere. That's the allegations that Kevin Feige resented X-Men 97. I asked the exec if Kevin was happy because stupidly I still wanted to help the studio out. Their response was a long pause, and then I was told that he'd be happier if fans and audiences weren't using it as a referendum on what the MCU needs to be doing to fix itself. What makes it worse is that I think it is nothing to do with X-Men 97 and could oh my gosh, I can't talk. What makes it worse, I think, is that Kevin has nothing to do with X-Men 97 and could take no credit for it. Even internally, before the show aired, Marvel employees were reaching out to me asking how I was able to make a show this good, given where the studio was, and how it's the best thing the studio had done. With their praise, I noticed more and more that I was becoming a threat and regret to studio leadership. And again, Kevin and Lou couldn't even be bothered to come to the premiere of the show at the El Capitan. They didn't show up to thank the fans. They didn't show up to thank X-Men the Animated Series, the Leewalds in Houston, or the OG cast, or how they built that foundation back in the 90s in the MCU. Nope. We were just a little cartoon that wasn't sexy enough or taken seriously enough to warrant that great Kevin Feige to attend. Beau, put the phone down. Put the phone down. I just don't think this is a good idea. I think the best revenge is success, Beau. The best revenge is success. Like, have you ever regretted supporting someone and then they show their ass? That's how I feel about Beau DeMayo.
Literally?
Okay, listen. I can explain. I was like, man, they really did Beau DeMayo wrong. And to this day, the general public does not know the real story about what actually happened, the actual truth. Yeah. I think he's making me look bad. Like, you can't, like, get another writing gig, Beau. Make another show. Make another movie.
Get a job.
Get a job. Like, you can't complain. Like, you can't complain from your couch, man. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's like the senior that never left high school, like still keeps visiting high school after they graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Still stuck in the past.
I think what bothers me most out of all of this is the weaponization of like very valid critiques of the MCU. And he's been doing it in one way or the other. He's been weaponizing very valid things and twisting them into this narrative, right? When he first got fired, it was like, oh, I'm black and I'm gay, and that's why they fired me. And like, those are very valid things that in real life, it would be concerning if that's why he was fired. But then it was like, yeah, my dude, you sexually harass like multiple employees, right? You have a kind of, a track record of being difficult to work with. Like, it wasn't that you were black and gay. You just so happened to be black and gay, right? And then ever since then, I think he's kind of backed off from that angle a little bit, right? I don't know if maybe that's what the lawsuit is based on. So his lawyers told him, hey, shut up about this stuff. But then here he is again. And ever since, really kind of bashing the MCU, which it is kind of rooted in factual things, right? Hey, the MCU fell off, so to speak, right? The newer projects aren't as great, and here he is kind of jumping on that and weaponizing it kind of against them to try and paint this narrative like, you see, I am in the right because Marvel Studios as a whole is bad now. I think that's what bothers me the most, because it's like, there's people trying to actually be critical, give critiques in good faith, and here he is just kind of doing this shit. Similar to Rob Liefeld, actually. I don't know if you guys know. Have you heard about the Rob Liefeld stuff?
Like recently or like in the past?
What?
Recently.
Like of how he how he like critiques like new projects coming out and stuff.
So yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Rob Liefeld created Deadpool. He did not get invited to Deadpool and Wolverine, the premiere of Deadpool and Wolverine, and ever since he's been on like this crusade about like how Marvel Studios sucks, and he's critiquing everything, any little tweet that he sees that he could kind of chime in on in a negative light regarding the MCU, he chimes in on it. Fantastic Four came out and he started essentially acting like what is it, the Pocket Dimension Space Monkeys, where he's just like in
Wait,
bad
really?
faith talking shit. Yeah, it's kind of sad actually, and he I was never a huge fan of him because I think I've always kind of spotted that he has that type of a personality that I just don't like. But yeah, it's kind of similar to what Beau DeMayo is doing now, where any little opportunity to speak negatively of this company, they do it. And it's, again, rooted in very valid concerns, very valid critiques, but they take it this step further and kind of spin it into like, I am a victim of this huge mega corporation. Support me instead. Ignore the fact that I have bad behavior. Ignore the fact that, I'm maybe not like this great person that you should be supporting. Ignore all of that stuff. Marvel's bad. Which honestly is kind of like what dictators and fascists do. But that's a whole other conversation, right? It's just they're taking it from that playbook. That's the biggest issue I have with all of this. Like, whatever happened in real life, I think that's still going to be litigated and worked out in court. And there'll probably be some stupid fucking settlement and all that. But I think this hurts the fandom. He claims to be this huge fan. I think this hurts the fandom at the end of the day.
Yeah. What if X-Men 97 season 2 is good without him?
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing.
It's really good.
I don't think season 2 is going to be. I don't think it's going to live up to season 1, and
Well,
it might be better.
really?
It might be better, but I think the perception of it is going to be very much like, oh, whatever. It was mid. Like season 1 had this hype behind it, right? Like nostalgia, plus the X-Men are finally kind of in the MCU, and it was a solid story.
Are
right?
they in
the MCU multiverse?
Are they? Deadpool and Wolverine ended in a separate bullshit universe. Like, why are we forwarding this? Anyway, we can get on for a whole. You good, Steph?
Yeah, like a really loud car just drove by.
Yeah, tummy ache?
Yeah. My tummy issues.
Anyways, I thought that was someone's stomach. But anyway, speaking of stomach turning events, Steph, what have you scored on this week?
So, this past week, for anyone that doesn't know, I am a book talk girly, okay? I'm a book talk girl. I know.
What?
I need to
No
get
way.
my little thinking cap on real quick. Hang on.
I swear to God, if this is a real
Here we
hat,
go.
I swear to God.
It's a real hat.
What does this say? Wing leader?
Oh, wing leader. I don't know
I
what that
swear to
means, but
God.
Cool.
Get out. We're done.
Is
What
it
does that mean?
backwards?
No?
Is it backwards?
No,
it says wing leader.
Oh yeah, okay, perfect. It's backwards for me. Yeah. So guys, I got a new hat. This is my wing leader hat from Fourth Wing. I just wanted to share. Anyways, I bought it this past week and it was $30, and I was like, I gotta wear it a lot now. So so yeah, I just want to start off by doing a little book corner. Okay, I'm currently reading a new well, to me it's new. It's, I don't know if it's romantasy or if it's fantasy romance, because there's a difference, but it is called The Book of Azrael. Okay, this is my Kindle, guys. This is the back of it. It's decorated, and this is the front. So I'm reading The Book of Azrael, and it's the first book in the Gods and Monsters series, and it is, I think there's currently 4 books
It's part
out.
of the DCU?
There's currently 3 or 4 books out right now, but the newest one comes out in October, I think, or November. But I started reading it so I can prep for that. And I will say it was a bit of a slow start. It's my little review so far. I'm more than halfway through, but it was a bit of a slow start, but I had to push through to really get to the good stuff, and now I'm at some of the good stuff. So it's worth it for sure. Lots of world building. Highly recommend if you're a book talk person and this has been on your TBR. This time of year, or getting to like fall winter season, is like my fantasy era, so that's when I start reading like more fantasy books. But yeah, that's my start to the bookish topic of the pod. So this past weekend, if anyone is into dark romance, I have dabbled in it a bit. I'm still new to the game. I didn't know this event was going on, but it was the Sinners and Stardust Ball event that was going on in Boston this past weekend. And basically, it is like a small con for dark fantasy romance people. And they had authors there, and they had vendors, like a con. And they also had actors walking around in like dark romance, like book boyfriend cosplays. So, like men, of course. And this morning I was looking at stuff from the event and it looked really fun. And I was like, okay, I'll go next year. They do like three locations, I think, in a year. So I was like, I'll go next year. And then I opened up Instagram this morning and I see
and
that
you saw ass cheeks.
I saw
Hell yeah.
bare booty. I saw that Sinners and Stardust posted an Instagram post announcement. And so I read it. And apparently there were some things that happened this weekend to some people that were not okay. And they had to implement rules for the future events that they put on. So, for example, there was some inappropriate touching of some of the people to the male actors, or guests to the authors that they were meeting at meet and greets. So here is a statement that Sinners and Stardust put out. They said, "We are endlessly grateful to every single one of you who joined us for Sinners and Stardust, those who respected the heart of this community by asking for consent and honoring personal space. Our mission with Sinners and Stardust has always been to create something rare, a space where the dark romance community can feel safe, celebrated, and free to share their love of the stories that move us most. We need to be absolutely clear. Safety, security, and consent are not just values, they are non-negotiable. No is a complete sentence. Our authors, narrators, vendors, influencers, artists, and special guests are not just names on a book cover, or faces on your screen. They are people, human beings who deserve the same dignity, safety, and respect as every attendee. They give their time, talent, and energy to this community, and in return, we expect every single person in attendance to treat them with the respect they deserve." That was their initial statement that they put out. Now, some rules that they are putting out for future events. Let me scroll a bit here.
So, I think this is going to sound bad, and I don't mean it to. I feel like there's a certain breed of men who turn creepy at conventions. I don't want to stereotype, and I don't want to.
I don't know if it was meant, because there was majority females at this event, mind you.
Oh,
There's majority
never
women at
mind.
this
Wow.
event. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, it's the stigma is like, men do this to women, but it also could happen the other way around too.
Interesting. Can I ask a terrible question?
Sure.
Do people who attend this convention, does the subject matter of the romantasy think that there is an atmosphere of a more sexually charged thing when there isn't one?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're saying. It's like, oh, everyone's into this stuff, which means if I do it to them, they'll be into it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So here's some rules that they put out for future events. So masks, attendees are no longer allowed to wear full masks to any part of our event. No exceptions. Like health and safety masks, that's allowed. Like medical masks, that's allowed.
Interesting. Okay.
Entertainment will continue, but roaming interactive entertainers will no longer be part of the ball. Safety for our guests. Authors, narrators, vendors, their assistants, our influencers, and special guests will now have a secure, dedicated area during the ball with their own security. They may move freely between areas, but attendees are not permitted in their area under any circumstances. If an attendee is caught trying to go into their secured space, they will be immediately removed and banned from future events. They are decreasing the number of tickets available to ensure a more comfortable, safe, and respectful experience for everyone. These rules are not suggestions, they are expectations. Violations including harassment, non-consensual touching, photos taken without permission, invasive questions, or any behavior that makes others feel unsafe will result in immediate removal and a permanent ban from all future Sinners and Stardust hosted events. So yeah,
Sounds like everybody's losing in this.
yeah, I mean, at this with stuff that came out and stuff that was reported, they kind of have to implement these harsh rules to prevent stuff like this happening again. You know, all it takes is one person doing something they're not supposed to do, and then rules change like that. And mind you, this is just a small like book event, dark romance event, right? One of 3 that they do every year. And stuff that happens at huge cons, right? There's stuff that happens there too. So it happens like so many places you can't even imagine. And it still happens. And it's like you guys don't understand. Like no means no. There's people that still don't understand no means no. And they still do it anyway because like, oh, it's okay. They did it in this book. It's okay. I could do it to them. No, that is not okay. So for future... people going to cons in the future, no means no, and respect boundaries.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think what's interesting too is it sounds like they were this tries to be more than just like a con where it's like, oh, this is the show floor. This is trying to be more like with the interactive entertainers. Like that sounds like a very cool idea, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like they weren't. The authors and the other guests and stuff, they weren't like in their own special area that's like blocked off. Like when you go to a convention, right, you can't even see some of these guests unless you have paid for the access to get to that area. So it sounds like they were trying to do something nice, and then basically everyone's like, they're just proving the point as to why we can't have nice things.
Exactly. Like I said, all it takes is one person doing something they're not supposed to, and then this happens.
Yeah. Keep your hands to your goddamn self, all right?
Yes.
Easy peasy.
Yes.
And don't take pictures of people randomly at conventions. I never felt more like a piece of meat until I was Superman or Captain America. Man, people got comfy. That was weird.
And just imagine like being a girl and, you know, that happens to you because it happens, unfortunately, more to women. But also... you know, with this all aside, if you love books, if you love going to cons, definitely try to go to one of these. I've always wanted to go to one of those like fantasy balls, whatever. But there's like never any in my area. So I'm like, well shit, I'm shit out of luck. But if you're all into fantasy stuff, whatever, there's also Ren Fair season that has just started. New York Ren Fair started this weekend, I think. So that's a big one. That's close to me. There's another Ren Fair close to me that I will be probably attending as well. It'll be my first year going to Ren Fair. And I always see people go every year and dressing up, and it looks really fun.
You'd really like
cool.
it.
Yeah, I know I'd really like it. I'm surprised I haven't gone yet, but I do plan on going this year.
The
turkey
dirt,
legs, the pickles, the pickle guy.
Pickle guy?
Yeah. I saw him all over my free page last year. He's so funny. Yeah.
The plague.
Consumption.
The plague.
Here's the thing, though. Have you guys noticed that the Ren Fair is unusually sexually charged?
You mean, do they have orgies every night? Probably.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe
they probably do.
You're just discovering.
Listen,
a preference here. Justin.
Listen, no. Okay, listen. What I mean by that is there is a thing that goes viral every single year around the Ren Fair season of these women that will force drink you or force feed you the beer stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're asking for like eye contact and stuff. I'm like, whatever floats your boat. But like,
Oh shit! I
Hey
didn't
yo,
know that.
why is this so sexually charged?
Yeah,
Send me
they're like,
that. Send me
"Holy-"
that, just so that I can see.
For research,
Just so I can understand it.
So they're
And then
like,
block,
Let me-
and then I'll
actually,
immediately block.
Let me
I-
look it up. Let me look it
yeah,
up.
please look it up, because what they do is, so if you're gonna go for like a drink, whatever, you hold on to these like metal rings or something, and like you lean in, and like the girl, the bartender, she's got like a corset on tight, and like her boobs are like sticking out a bit, so it's like
You're really
That's
describing it,
disgusting.
Steph.
That's disgusting.
what-
Where is this? Where is this? So I know not to avoid it. Ugh.
Gosh dang it.
But
Okay.
yeah, I see them a lot. Like, saw them a lot last year. But yeah, I think obviously if you're gonna go do that, it's all like consent based, right?
Mhm.
And if the person receiving the drink does something like they're not supposed to, obviously it gets shut down right away, and they, have to get kicked out. But
Okay, I found it.
yeah.
I found it.
Oh,
So
good,
sorry.
good.
It's listen. Still Scrolling is a PG podcast. Actually,
This will be rated as mature when I upload it. By
No,
the way.
we're definitely rated R. We say too many bad words.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Just
Yeah.
watch this. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, play.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Does anybody else hear this? Does anybody else hear this? Are people
Yeah.
okay with this?
Yeah, that's like a normal thing at Ren Fair.
It's just as long as everyone's consenting.
Look at the guy recording in the back.
What the heck? Oh my god! Okay.
Okay,
Listen,
okay.
listen.
I had it.
What?
The first one was just like a bunch of noise, but I heard this one.
Lock them up. Lock them up. Throw them in the dungeon. Okay. Sorry,
No.
Derek. Sorry. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is What account was that? What account was that? So I can add it to the block list and make sure that stays off my feed. You know how these
Oh,
algorithms work.
God.
You exposed me to this. Now the algorithm's gonna keep showing it to me because the
Listen.
cookies on my computer. It's
I
gonna
know who's
so-
going to Ren Fair now.
Uh-huh.
I know who'll be going to Ren Fair now.
Listen, Steph, you have to do some on the site reporting to see if they're there, to see if they're still doing
they're
this.
everyone.
Everywhere.
Yeah, usually at every Ren Fair I see it. Yeah, or on social media I see it.
Listen, as long as everyone's consenting, everyone's fine. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
fine. It's just the whole energy of a Ren Fair is unusually sexually charged. Why are people this dirty and they're still just ready to go? I just,
Yeah,
like
I thought it was just like the titties, like, oh yeah, I'm a milkmaid, but apparently not.
oh
No,
gosh,
there's-
oh my
There's
gosh.
some other things too, I think, that happens. Like other stuff that they have that you can do at Ren Fairs. Besides that, but then there's also like the jousting and like guys dressed in like as knights or whatever, and girls are just like ogling them. People go to what's it called? The knights show where you can like eat and watch like a
Medieval
show.
times.
Medieval Times, yeah, which I do want to go to, by the way. It looks really fun.
Oh my gosh, sponsor us.
Yeah, I
We'll
would love.
go.
I think the
Still
closest one to
scrolling
me is
Medieval
Jersey, which is
Edition.
pretty far, but like I
Ye
do want to
Old
go.
Still scrolling.
Yeah.
Ye Old Still Scrolling. What would the
Ye old.
fantasy equivalent of Still Scrolling be?
Let's see. Let me Google something real quick.
Or would it just be the scroll?
To
There's a translator.
English?
There's a
Yeah.
There's a translator for it. It's like
Ye Old.
It's like-
it would just be the scroll.
gandering.
modern language to Old English. Yeah, I guess Old English.
Scroll.
Sure.
The
I think I
scroll.
put
Yeah,
like night
Shakespearean.
translator.
Still scrolling. It just comes up as still scrolling.
Yes! Still scrolling is
did it.
here in every single time period. Let's go, baby!
Let me try something else. Medieval.
This is good
English
podcasting.
translator.
This is good podcasting. Listening to us type.
Let's
This
see.
is great. This is what the people want to hear, obviously.
Still scrolling. Oh, maybe if I don't do all caps, because it probably reads it as a title. There we go. Translate.
Verily, I dost continue mine scrolls.
Mine said yet scrolling.
Yeah.
That's a
We'll
good
make it
one.
work.
Scrolling
We'll make it
yet.
work. Yeah.
Scrolling yet.
Ye old, still scrolling. And you can hear us at the town square. That's what we are. Anyways, speaking of town square, did you guys hear that PBS got defunded?
Yes.
They're killing Big Bird.
Yep.
But
Mhm.
in other news, apparently the word on the street is that Prager U wants to step into the role of Sesame Street and PBS. Have you guys heard of Prager U at all?
No, what is it?
Unfortunately, yeah.
It is Republican whitewashed history.
Of course it is.
Of
Of course it is.
Listen,
It's also hold on. It's also not just history. It is full blown worldview from a conservative perspective. They have videos like Jesus was a conservative type shit. So it's not just like history. It's like everything through the lens of how a conservative views the world, essentially.
Listen, I can't describe to you how terrible this is, so I'm just going to play the clip for you, okay? Everyone listen.
Yeah.
This is...
Some of the native folks from where I just left do those things regularly. So, these people in your time who think it was a peaceful paradise are misinformed. Or lying.
Yeah, but what about slavery? You didn't deny that.
Deny? No. Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
Well, in our time, we view slavery as being evil and terrible.
Ah, magnifico. That's wonderful. I am glad humanity has reached such a time. What? You said you're from 500 years in the future? How can you come here to the 15th century and judge me by your standards from the 21st century? For those in the future to look back and do this is, well, stupido.
Are you calling me dumb?
Certainly not. I can tell you're a very smart young lady. But the idea of throwing away the past because of your present values is... Listen, I love and am thankful for the ancient Greeks, but they did lots of things that here in 1493 I do not agree with. They permitted lifestyles and worship gods that, as a Christian, I think is very bad. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't respect and honor all the incredible and amazing things they did.
So, good and bad is based on the time you live in?
That is a great question.
What the fuck? What the
All right,
fuck?
I'm a head out.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I want to know like the voice actors that did that like knew what they were getting into, or just doing it for the money, or just do it because like they believed in that. Because damn, I would not take that job.
I ask that question every time I see like a Latino in like conservative commercial propaganda. Basically, like, do they realize what they're doing? Do they just need the money that bad? Like yeah, because basically the only way to sum that up is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. What the
Here's
hell?
the thing. I want to be clear on this podcast. Christopher Columbus was one of the most deadliest explorers ever in his time.
Mm-hmm.
He did shit that was I just want to make the viewers or the listeners know that Christopher Columbus is one of the most deadliest when it comes to the diseases that he brought on the ship, to the way he treated the native people. He enslaved them. He skinned them alive. He literally, cannibalism is not a thing that is foreign to Christopher Columbus, and that is not a joke. And the fact that you have to judge him on the time that they had, even to the standards of the time. Christopher Columbus is a horrible person. Like I hope people understand that, and it's not a big deal. Their entire way of life was decimated, man. Oh my gosh, it's insane. I don't know.
It's also important to note that the version of Christopher Columbus that we learn about in school is a fictionalized version of him. Like the same guy who wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, that's the guy who wrote the biography of Christopher Columbus that gets taught in schools today. Like it's very much based on a true story, right? Like how a movie will be like, oh, based on a true story, and then there's like some wild shit happening. It's basically like they just legally had to buy the rights to those people's story, and then they just like got creative with it. That's exactly what they did with Christopher Columbus. Like half of that shit, if it is true, it didn't happen the way that we're taught in schools. You get to a certain point when you realize, like afterwards, you sometimes stumble upon the fact that like this man was like days away from mutiny. Like he was a failure. Like basically like if he didn't make that last voyage work,
right,
he was done for, right? Both if he somehow made it back, he would have probably been imprisoned or jailed or killed. But
the
he was
whole
literally
time,
days away from death.
Cutting off people's hands. He was forcing people to, what was it? I think he was looking for gold in the area, and he was forcing them to do slave labor at the cost of their
diamond.
Oh my god!
Style, yeah.
Like horrifically evil person. But no big deal, right?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's very scary, and I brought this story up to the group because it is very scary. Because I don't have a kid. Obviously, I don't have a kid that I know of, but but not only do I have to protect them from the information that they're getting, like this could be fed through an algorithm and I wouldn't even know as a parent. You know what I mean? Like, how many times have you guys were sitting in school and then the teacher just threw on like whatever the YouTube video or Bill Nye the Science Guy? They're not doing Bill Nye. They're doing Prager U. This is terrifying to me. I don't know. It's weird.
There's another thing that I saw that there's a new law that they want to implement where like it's up to the states if they want to make gay marriage legal or something. And then there was something else too, but it's like, why is it a problem for you? Why is it a problem for you that they're not pushing you to be gay? They're just there. They're just that this is who they are. Like they're minding their own business. You should just mind yours. No one's pushing this like gay agenda onto you. No one's telling you to be gay. You just be you. You just do you. It's like what what happened? Where are we going? What is this?
Yeah, they even in that Christopher Columbus video, they talk about like the ancient Greeks and they push the lifestyle that he didn't agree with as a Christian and all that stuff. And they're hinting like that video has so much in there that is just bullshit, like conservative bullshit hidden in like the form of a cartoon. And it is kind of scary to think that, that might be something that a kid is watching. And yes, because it's like pushing these ideas that like, you know, you're normalizing that slavery was okay once and all that stuff. But also it's damaging to like critical thinking skills, right? Because nobody's arguing the fact that slavery was acceptable at one point. Duh. We all know that. We all know that it used to exist, right? So to bring that up as some sort of like debating point, like, oh, it used to be okay. The standards of the time used to be this way, and we've progressed towards that. You don't need to bring that up in a conversation about like slavery being bad or not, unless you're trying to normalize it, unless you're trying to say it was okay. And unless you're trying to connect some sort of a dot between like, oh, in the past, this is the standards of the time, the standards of this time. Maybe we should make it a little bit more segregated again. Maybe we should not let gay people get married again, right? Like, unless they're trying to like pave the way to like more sinister conversations, you don't have to bring up that kind of stuff. Yeah, the whole thing is just so frustrating.
There was another thing. It just pops in my mind. I don't know if this is true, but I also heard or read somewhere that like they want to leave interracial marriage like illegal or illegal up to the states, whatever.
What the
Have you guys heard about that?
fuck?
No,
Yes.
you heard about that, Derek? Okay, so
Yeah.
I was like, what? Wait, there are some Republicans out there that aren't married to a white woman or a white man.
Mhm.
So what about them? Like,
Yep.
is that illegal? What?
Yep.
Where are we going?
Yep. Yeah, it's again they're trying to revert us back to segregation, to discriminatory times, where it's okay because like that is the standards of the time, and they're trying to kind of reverse psychology the kids into thinking like, yeah.
Oh, he disappeared.
Oh, Derek?
Oh my God, Trump got him. Trump got him.
Okay,
Seeing
that
this,
was a great
please
point.
help me. Help. The Republicans.
Oh,
Oh
well.
shit. And the camera.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Something's happening here.
Something's happening. I'm going to let Derek recompose himself. Let's move on to our final segment, as we always do. It is Am I the Asshole? It's where we go into the armpit of Reddit and find some stories to read on the air. And for this one, am I the asshole for correcting my mother-in-law at a family gathering that she didn't recommend my daughter's name? It was my favorite name.
Wait, she didn't recommend her daughter's name? What do you mean?
Am I the asshole for correcting my mother-in-law at a family gathering that she didn't recommend my daughter's name? It was my favorite name.
Oh, that the mother-in-law said, I picked this name, but it was the mother that actually picked the name?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Am I the asshole for correcting her?
No, you're not.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Derek, I hope you can hear this, but
I feel like he'd say no as well.
Okay. I've been married to my husband for almost 2 years, and our daughter is 11 months old. When we found out we were having a girl, one of the names that was immediately the top contender was the name of a character I really like in a very popular book/movie franchise. My husband is a huge fan of the franchise too. And with time, that name just became the only one that I wanted, and we landed on it, and we told our parents about it. I remembered my mother-in-law questioning whether phonetically there would be an alternative spelling that could cause confusion, and I said no, it wouldn't, and explained to her the subtle difference in pronunciation, and it was a whole conversation I'd had with her. Last week, we were at my in-laws' place for dinner, and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were there too. So we were watching my daughter cruising along the room, using the couches as support and looking at us to see if we were looking and then laughing. My brother-in-law's wife had remarked how radiant she looked and how she'd really taken to her name literally. My sister-in-law then said it was a really good choice, but my sister-in-law then said it was a really good choice by my mother-in-law. I was confused. I asked what she's talking about, and my sister-in-law said that my mother-in-law had been the one to recommend the name, right? My mother-in-law then said, yeah, she said it's a good name. I was literally stunned for a second and then made it clear that I'd come up with the name, how I'd known of it, and that my husband also knew of the character and that they were a dead set on a name. That's weird. All right. There were no recommendations to be had. I asked my husband to corroborate the story, which he did uncomfortably. My mother-in-law said names are collective family effort, and everyone pitched in. But I still said this name was one that was very dear to me, and it was one I'd come up with. Maybe I shouldn't have pushed on that a second time, and that's why I'm here. When we came home and we were in bed, my husband had been getting texts from his mom and sister. He said I was right in my account of what happened, but also told me I'd been tactless. That we know it was my name, and our daughter has a beautiful name that suits her. Why make it into something that causes bitterness? And today he had a phone call with his mom, just a regular one, and I asked if she was still pissed. He said that she was. He said that he understood why I did it, but it wasn't the time and place. Was I the asshole?
No.
Yeah.
Quick?
No.
That quick,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like there's a reason why the whole trope of like my in-laws is a trope. There's a perfect example. Like
Yeah.
shut up, you know? Like that, like just shut the fuck up.
It's the mother-in-law reminds me of like a pick-me person. Like she is the
You
pick-me
calling
girl.
her a pick me?
Yeah. Like she wants the attention.
I did it. That's my grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
She
Okay.
probably fights over grandchild visits or whatever with the other grandmother. You know, like one of those like I'm the better grandmother than the other one.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Okay. There's an update.
Oh. We'd love an update.
Okay.
She died. Hell yeah.
Hi. Thanks a lot. What'd you say, Derek?
What?
What,
Huh?
what did you say?
Listen,
Play
in my time,
play the Law and
it
Order
was
theme.
okay to say that. All right?
What did you say? I didn't even hear what he said.
He said she died.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Shame on you for wishing death on your mother-in-law. Anyways, update. Hi, and thanks for all the comments and verdicts in my last post. Far more than I had anticipated. Enough that my husband came across it too. First, I do want to clarify that my husband never said I was an asshole. He said he agreed with the facts and that our daughter's name had nothing to do with the mother-in-law, just the timing of it. But like a lot of the comments had said, perhaps setting the record clear in the moment had been the right thing to do. My mother-in-law had been bringing up the encounter to him passing repeatedly since then, and she was also emphasizing the way and place and time that I corrected her. She was not claiming to have recommended the name any longer. Yesterday, my husband was having to deal with the bitterness of the situation. I had the call with my mother-in-law. She said she was in shock at the way I had gone about it, that it's not what she expected of me, how fond she was of my daughter, and that decisions like these are family decisions in spirit. Doesn't matter the origins of the thought. I said I understand and deeply regretted the unpleasantness, but it was the name close to my heart since I was young and had read the books, so that's why this was different to me than any other decision. Like the choice of a stroller, for instance. My mother-in-law brought up that I had sent her a link of how it was a very popular name back when I told her, and it was the first time I said that yes, I'd be done after that fact, just to show it wasn't a completely out there name, and that I didn't even know what the result of the popularity of the name would be when I'd search for it. But this name was from my heart. She said she understands and again reiterated how much she loves our daughter, and I thanked her and told her how much I appreciated it. I think I've handled this situation well. My husband seems too content after my call. A sincere thank you to everyone who took time out for my issue. Interesting. Okay. That's called nipping it in the butt.
Yeah. I think she's gonna still have to kind of keep dealing with this. Like, that lady
Really?
seems like the type of grandma that's like gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
Really? You think they haven't solved the issue? I think it's fine.
I think she's one of those that holds grudges, and like in the future, she'll be like, "Well, that one time when you got upset about me saying I chose the
Did she-
name, that was family effort."
Hold on. Did she mention what the book series is? No. What the book is?
No, she did not say what the book series
what
was.
if she's named her daughter like Hermione or some shit?
She said it has to do with radiance. Radiance.
Okay, then I don't know then.
Like it means radiance.
Yes, it means radiance. Oh my
We're gonna do
gosh.
some research.
Okay, like because her baby was being so radiant that she really took after her name. So, well, radiance. It better be a good name. It better be a
Radiator.
good name. No.
Radiator Springs.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen. She named her baby Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. There's something that's like book character names that come up. It's just like female names that reminisce electricity, light, radiance. Yeah, I don't see anything for book characters. Electro.
She named her baby Electra.
It was a comic book. It was a comic book.
Yeah,
What
comic
would
book.
the name be? Viewers, what do we think this baby's name is?
It's not in the thread.
Well,
It's not in the thread.
damn. Not even like comments guessed it, or
I want to say not the asshole, but not even the comments guessed it.
damn.
Radiant. I couldn't think of it. Maybe
You
it's
know
a really
what?
good
I'm
name.
gonna say, not the asshole, but it must be nice to like have these types of problems. Like if you're on Reddit posting about this type of shit after having a baby, it's like you're rich. You're white and rich for sure.
Okay, here's a list of girl names meaning light.
Oof.
Right? Aurora, Helena, Eleanor, Lucia, Zara, Kyra.
She also said about the spelling of the name, like if there's another way of, because like didn't want people to get confused about like how to pronounce it, right?
It might be
Or,
Zara.
like a different. It could be Zara.
Oh,
I do have a cousin with that
okay.
with that name.
Zara means radiance, I guess.
There you go. There you go. And
So, what is the book? What is the book then? Okay.
It's,
Anyways.
Not our
uh,
idea.
it's a Zara shopping catalog from the latest.
Hey, good for her. All right, here is one more for today. Am I the asshole for getting my colleague in trouble for calling me his work wife?
No.
Maybe? It
Well,
depends.
I mean, well, because you're calling someone your work wife. Maybe she said that I don't want to be called that, and he just kept doing it, and so she had to report him.
Or maybe he's in trouble with his real wife, maybe. I think that's maybe where this is
Ooh.
going.
Yeah.
Okay. Some
Either
time
way,
ago.
either way, no. Either way, no. I think not the
No,
asshole.
not the asshole.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Some time ago, I, 29 female, was assigned by my European-based employer to work on a project at our U.S. location. Part of my assignment was training a new hire within my special area of expertise. This new guy is about 10 years older than me and then hired for a management position. However, he is in no way my superior as I take on more of the consulting role with the local team. I noticed straight away that he is very outgoing and sociable, joking around a lot with his colleagues, quite different from the men I am used to as I come from a Northeast European country where the male stereotype can only be described as silent. He immediately took an interest in me and started jokingly flirting and complimenting my looks. This made me uncomfortable since we are both married, and I felt it was inappropriate. It also made me feel as if he did not respect me professionally when comments like, "You look so good when you're serious," would interrupt my training sessions with him. The assignment itself was a big deal to me, and I wanted nothing more than to exceed expectations, which is why I was reluctant to bring this up and create drama. I tried ignoring his behavior, but the last straw for me was when he started calling me his work wife openly in the office. I understand that this term is used in a joking manner in U.S. office culture, but we absolutely do not have anything similar in my home country, and if word would get back to my home about this, I would have to explain to my husband why some random man decided to call me his wife. To avoid this, I decided I needed to put an end to the casual flirting and jokes from this man. I sat him down one-on-one and told him in short that he has to stop calling me his work wife. He seemed like he understood, but I was maybe being too nice or vague in my approach towards him because he acted no different the following days. This made me frustrated as I felt I'd now have to either go to my boss/his boss and risk this reflecting badly on my assignment or risk conflict in my marriage. I ultimately decided that my marriage was more important than my job and told my boss about the issue. Luckily, my boss took me seriously and told me that he would handle it and stop worrying about it. I'm not sure what went down after this, but the flirting and the compliments from my colleague abruptly stopped. I was relieved, but I also felt that my colleague acted very cold towards me after this all happened. I still successfully finished my training sessions with him and the assignment and relocated back home. Now, in retrospect, I am wondering if I have overreacted due to the cultural differences between the U.S. and my home country. Maybe what my colleague was doing was just normal social interacted, and I acted like a complete asshole in getting him in trouble with our boss for mere joking. Am I the asshole?
Nope.
Not the asshole.
Nope. There's no cultural thing that has anything to do with it. Nope. That's just plain assault, and you didn't like it.
Assault? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Harassment.
That's it. Harassment. That's
I'm like,
assault.
whoa! What do you know, Steph?
Wrong
Jeez.
word. Wrong word.
No, I agree. It is a form of harassment because you know what? No one is calling these people work husbands because
No.
I think
Nobody's
men in
doing
the
that.
no one's doing that. I think men instantly try to put women in like these subservient like roles sometimes in like office culture, and it's like really weird. But what do you guys think?
I think this is just another dude. This is a where my hug at type of dude. Where it's like, get the hint, bro.
Where my hug at in office culture? Ugh. Yes, you are not the asshole, but the only mistake that she made is having the conversation one-on-one. You gotta have HR there. If there is HR, you gotta have a third party there to verify your story. Never do it by yourself. Protect yourself, my guy or my lady. Oh gosh, Ren Fair.
lady?
Oh God, lock me up, Jesus.
Milady.
No, no,
No, that's another type of dude.
No.
That's
Justin.
another time you see at cons.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Justin, I'm gonna ask you a question,
Okay.
and I need you to answer honestly.
Oh no.
Now, knowing that you say my lady, how many fedoras do you own?
0. I've never owned a fedora in my life.
So you've never worn one and said my lady at the same time?
No. I hate my lady, guys. I went to college with a fraternity full of my lady guys. Then literally they would have to like kneel before women. They'd be like, "Oh, can I help you with your thing?" As a part of their pledging. Like literally like
There's a difference between
hated those
milady
guys.
and like someone at a Ren Fair dressed as a knight saying milady. There's a difference between those two.
Yeah, of course.
My
Just wanna-
lady.
Just want to make that clear.
Context is important. For sure.
Context is
Okay,
important.
Steph, you're going to the Ren Fair, right?
Yeah.
So by the time we record next, right, you have to tell us how many miladies were there. Or
Well,
how
I
many
don't
people...
have a set date that I'm going
Okay.
yet, but between now and like mid-October is when the Ren Fair goes on.
How many people will say to Steph milady when she goes to the Ren Fair?
I should do like a count.
Actually, let's take bets. I'm saying a solid 5. She gets 5 miladies.
Okay.
Derek?
I don't know. I think I think it's gonna depend on your outfit a little bit, right?
Okay, well, I can tell you what I'll probably be wearing.
Yeah. What are you cosplaying as? Yeah, right.
So it's a book character, and it's one of those like white Renaissance like gowns, like off-shoulder gowns with a corset,
Ooh.
and like brown boots, and
Damn,
like
that's
some
at least
some weaponry.
And weapons?
Well, like
Shit,
some
that's
like
at
like
least,
satchels and stuff, you know.
That's at least 20 my ladies.
20
At
my
least.
ladies?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll get
Especially
that
if they
bad.
recognize you. Especially if they recognize you from the internet.
Do you guys get recognized from the internet?
Yes.
Really?
I was at
Mhm.
Six Flags like 3 or 4 years ago, and I had just gotten off this Six Flags in Jersey. I had just gotten off the Wonder Woman pendulum ride.
Oh, they were
which-
like, oh my gosh, it's Gal Gadot.
No, that by the way, that ride is like terrifying. Like I nearly pissed myself. Anyways, and I'm a roller coaster person.
Wait, what did you say? Wait, what did you
Here it goes.
Extreme. It's like the Fantastic Four stick.
Yeah, he's like, say that again?
Fantastic! Oh, gosh. Wait, no, that was wrong cue. Wrong cue, wrong cue,
on
wrong
screen.
cue. Sorry.
It's fantastic.
Oh, God.
Say that again.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways, so I had gotten off the ride as I was.
Sorry. The edit. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to see this on Instagram. So I had just gotten off the ride and I was walking towards like the exit gate, right? I was walking with my cousin, and somebody comes up to me and is like, "Hey, are you Stefania?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I follow you on like TikTok or whatever, and your cosplay stuff is really cool. I just wanted to let you know that." I was like, "Oh, thank you." And my cousin was walking with me. And they went away, and then my cousin was like, "You're famous." I'm like, that's never happened before. I'm in Six Flags, guys.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't think this would ever.
Nice.
This is like, I think maybe more than 4. I don't know. It was like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow. Have we ever heard from that guy since? Can he be a guest on the pod?
What?
Have him be a guest on the pod. Anyways, that's our show. Thank you for listening. You can follow us on the socials on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and all that jazz. And we will be back next week. Is there anything special happening this week that we are going to talk about?
Hold
I
on,
don't think so.
hold on. Did we do the opening theme song?
No,
We're
he did
about
this.
to.
Oh,
Yeah, at the end. We didn't do it in the beginning, right?
Listen, it all works. See you guys next week.
bye.
Goodbye.